Hex is another digital currency that vows to upset the manner in which we ponder cash. Not at all like conventional government-issued types of money constrained by national banks, Hex is decentralized, implying that it isn't dependent upon the impulses of states or monetary establishments. All things considered, Hex is overseen by an organization of PCs that anybody can join. This makes Hex stronger to control and expansion and gives clients more command over their funds. Also, Hex is intended to be more easy to use than other digital forms of money, with a simple-to-utilize point of interaction and straightforward exchanges. Thus, Hex can possibly turn into the following enormous thing in the crypto world. Today we are discussing everything Hex. We will make the venture outline and some Hex cost expectations too. We should go. Hex is another digital money that is promoted as the first blockchain testament of store. The thought behind Hex is that it will give a method for people to procure interest on their cryptographic money property. To do this, Hex will utilize the confirmation of stake framework. One of the primary selling points of Hex is that it vows to be considerably more productive than customary financial balances. For instance, Hex cases that clients will actually want to procure up to 10% interest on their possessions. In addition, Hex not set in stone to offer low charges and quick exchange times. In this way, Hex could turn into a significantly more alluring choice for those hoping to put resources into digital money. To wrap things up, Hex has a reference program that permits clients to procure extra pay by alluding others to the stage. Sent off in December 2019 by Richard Hart, Hex is a crypto project that expects to make a more productive and straightforward digital currency. The task depends on blockchain innovation, which empowers secure, carefully designed exchanges. Hex likewise looks to develop existing digital forms of money by executing various new highlights, like moment exchanges and an easy-to-use interface. What's more, Hex offers its clients various prizes and motivations for holding and utilizing the money. The group behind Hex accepts that their task can possibly reform the digital money industry. Hex is an ERC20 token, it runs on the Ethereum blockchain. Hex stores are locked for a set time frame, during which they build interest. At the point when the term of the store lapses, the assets, including the interest, can be removed. Hex is intended to offer a preferable profit from speculation over conventional financial items, and it has been embraced by some high-profile figures in the digital money local area. Notwithstanding, Hex is as yet a moderately new task, and it is not yet clear whether following through on its promises will be capable. One eminent component of Hex is its diagram of future locked supply. This graph shows how the stock of Hex will diminish after some time as additional tokens are secured in the Hex framework. This assists with guaranteeing that Hex will hold its worth and that financial backers will actually want to benefit from its appreciation. What was the most reduced cost for Hex? Hex arrived at its base value worth of $0.000056447521 in January 2020. What was the most exorbitant cost for Hex? Hex hit its record-breaking most extreme cost of $0.510830 on September 19, 2021. Is Hex a decent crypto to purchase? Is Hex a wise venture? With regards to ventures, there are different choices to browse. Certain individuals like to put resources into stocks or shared assets, while others select more speculative ventures like digital currency. Hex is another cryptographic money that has been standing out recently. Certain individuals accept that it can possibly turn into the following Bitcoin, while others have one or two doubts about its drawn-out possibilities. Things being what they are, is Hex a wise venture? The truth will surface at some point. Be that as it may, there are interesting points prior to putting resources into any digital currency. To start with, digital money is an exceptionally unstable resource class, so financial backers ought to be ready for critical cost swings. Second, since crypto resources are not managed by any focal power, there is a higher gamble of extortion or robbery. At long last, as most cryptographic forms of money have no inherent worth, their costs depend exclusively on theory. In view of these dangers, Financial backers ought to painstakingly gauge the advantages and disadvantages of putting resources into Hex prior to going with any choices. Will Hex coin Hex reach $1? At this point, the cost of Hex is still moderately low, and there is hypothesis that it could reach $1 soon. There are a few factors that could add to this cost increment. To begin with, Hex is upheld by a group of experienced designers who have a history of effective tasks. Second, the Hex crypto has a restricted stockpile, which could prompt rising interest as additional individuals find out about the money. At last, Hex tokens definitely stand out enough to be noticed from a few colossal crypto stages. Hex was recorded on pulsex in November 2021 and was added to the Coinbase wallet in December of that very year. This expanding openness could bring about additional individuals purchasing and holding the Hex crypto, driving up the cost. While it is not yet clear whether Hex will reach $1, its previous exhibition recommends it is absolutely conceivable. On the off chance that its cost can keep on moving vertically, there is a decent opportunity that Hex will come to the $1 mark inside the following little while. Hex Price Prediction 2022. As per the specialized examination of Hex costs expected in 2022, the base expense of Hex will be $0.057. The most extreme level that the Hex cost can reach is $0.061. The typical exchanging cost is normal around $0.059. Hex price forecast for September 2022. In view of the value changes of Hex toward the start of 2022, crypto specialists expect the typical Hex pace of $0.053 in September 2022. Its base and most extreme costs can be anticipated at $0.048 and at $0.055, individually. October 2022, Hex price forecast. Digital currency specialists are prepared to report their estimate at the Hex cost in October 2022. The base exchanging cost may be $0.053, while the greatest could reach $0.057 during this month. By and large, it is normal that the worth of Hex may be around $0.055. Hex price forecast for November 2022. Crypto experts have really taken a look at the value changes of Hex in 2022 and in earlier years, so the normal Hex rate they foresee may be around $0.057 in November 2022. It can drop to $0.055 as a base. The most extreme worth may be $0.059. December 2022, Hex price forecast. Around mid-year 2022, the Hex cost will be exchanged at $0.059 by and large. December 2022 could likewise observe an